Hello and welcome to Beyond the Boundary. You're watching TOI Sports, our YouTube channel. And we are just one sleep away from the ICC Champions Trophy. And there's a lot of excitement on both sides of the border in India as well as in Pakistan. Tomorrow, Pakistan face New Zealand in Karachi. And day after tomorrow, India face Bangladesh at the Dubai International Stadium. Pakistan hosting its first ICC tournament, first global event since the 1996 World Cup. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of build up around the Indian team's practice sessions as well, and lots of fanfare surrounding their practice sessions. So we'll be discussing all these things, and we have our panelists today, Mr. Avjit Ghosh from Delhi. Hello, Avjit da. And we also have Manuja Veerappa from Bengaluru. Hi, Manuja.
Hi Nitin, hi Abhijit.
Uh, all set, Avjitda, for the Champions Trophy. I mean, for so long. I mean, the fact that it has taken 8 years between two editions of the event, what started off as a nice, crisp knockout event in 1998 in Dhaka, being converted into a league stage, and now we are in the ninth edition. And has this? I want to ask you: has this tournament firstly, is it now low in the pecking order of most teams, considering the fact that there has been so many withdrawals, so many star players not being there? India obviously is a star-studded outfit, but so many other champion teams without their champions, so to speak.
See the the value or the status of this tournament has gone down over the years for two reasons. One is that it is an ODI tournament, and ODI itself has gone down the pecking order, of among the three versions of cricket. T20 is the brash new, stud in town, and Test cricket has got elite status. This is like a problem child, ODI is the problem child. So that is one problem. Second problem is that ICC itself doesn't value Champions Trophy. Because, see, the last Champions Trophy was held in 2017. In between, we have had three T20 World Cups. 2020, 2021, 2024. So there is an 8-year gap between one Champions Trophy and another. So I really don't know, the tournament is, how ICC thinks about this tournament and what it wants to do with it. Obviously, it does not want to dispose with it, because we have already announced a 2029 Champions Trophy host, which is India. That is one aspect of it. Second aspect of it, it still remains a very, very important tournament, for the simple reason that we have 8 top teams playing. And, irrespective of the dropouts of individuals, when you represent your country in a mega blue ribbon tournament, so as to say, because it's a Champions Trophy after all. So the tournament, stays what it is. And, most of the dropouts have been from Australia. But we know that, Australia, whoever wears the jersey, he becomes a top-rate player anyway. They never mind who is not there. They only concentrate on the guys who are there. So I think this will be a top-rate tournament. The very format of having, 4 teams in 2 groups basically means that, this is a no comebacks kind of a tournament. You at the most, you can risk 1 match loss in the group stage, but even that does not ensure a guarantee you a place in the semi-final. So you have to win actually all the 5 matches, or at least 4 of the 5 matches to win the tournament. So it's going to be a tough task for any team.
Manuja, just looking at the 2 groups, would you have preferred a less of an Asia Cup feel to Group A, and maybe one of the subcontinent teams maybe could have gone into Group B, and maybe one of the SENA countries could have come here? Would you have preferred that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you just put Afghanistan here, this would have become a mini Asia Cup in Group A. So I mean, ideal situation, I probably would have wanted to see South Africa there instead of you have to have Pakistan in our group. So just swap South Africa there would have lent a little more balance for the whole Champions Trophy feel as such. But I think it's kind of put Bangladesh probably there, and then bring in South Africa here just for that balance part of it. Otherwise, it's also a very Asian feel to the whole Group A.
Yeah.
Maybe it works in terms of commerce.
It has to be. There's nothing else, right? There's nothing else
Yeah.
that that goes beyond. Avjita, I mean, how do you view Pakistan's readiness? I mean, we've had Ramiz Raja today address in a press conference or in a podcast with the ICC saying that this tournament is so important for Pakistan to showcase to the world that it is now safe. And everyone is trying their utmost best to really put on a show. The stadiums have got a massive uplift. Everyone is now keen to show that the country deserves to host more championship, more key events. What is your take on this, and how important is this for Pakistan as a host country, as well as how important it is for them to play well?
See, as you pointed out right from the beginning, that Pakistan is hosting a major tournament after nearly 3 decades. And to that extent, it is a very, very important tournament for them. See, for all other cricketing countries, this tournament is about cricket, winning a trophy. But for Pakistan, it is much, much more. You see, in recent years and months, Pakistan has witnessed a lot of political turbulence, civil unrest. It has economic issues, and it has security issues. So one of the reasons why international matches were stopped being hosted in Pakistan was because of a couple of terror attacks that happened when teams were there, and the Sri Lankan team was the sufferer on one occasion. So it is very important for Pakistan as a nation, to show that we are functioning, and to that extent, the cricket hosting this championship properly will be a sort of putting a stamp on it. So it's very important for them in that respect. Having said that, Pakistan, like India, is also a cricket mad nation. They take their cricket very, very seriously, and they haven't tasted success to the level that they deserve. They have won T20 World Cup. They have won the Champions Trophy. In fact, they are the defending champions. But that happened 8 years ago. In major World Cups, they have not performed to the desired level. So they want to showcase, their talent, and everybody says that Pakistan is an unpredictable team. And, on their day, they can beat anyone. But when it is not their day, they can lose to anyone. So that has been the kind of thing about them. But this time, one thing goes hugely in their favor is barring their match against India. They are the host nation. So they will have the crowd support. They will have, all the advantages that host nation has. And to that extent, they will be a formidable team.
Maruja, we had a comment from someone called Rahul Belov. He said that ये tournament T20 version में होना चाहिए था. Do you think that? I mean, I think we already have enough T20 tournaments around the world, and which has, I think, eaten into the calendar of the ODI format. What are your views? I mean, do you think that a T20 8-team tournament would have given the tournament more boost, or you're happy with the way it is?
I'm very happy with the way a lot of us have questioned the relevance of Champions Trophy per se. but it becomes further irrelevant if you want to change the format. I mean, the charm of Champions Trophy lies in the fact that it's a 50 overs tournament, and then where are you testing your white ball cricketers if you continuously play two ICC T20 tournaments? Doesn't cut there at all. And Nitin, just to go back to what Avijit, and you were speaking about Pakistan. One thing that very well what Ramesh Raja was saying about being ready, it being safe. Yes, you've had the top countries which have gone and played series there. But one of the things that really strikes a little odd is in terms of safety. Yes, preparedness. If I'm not wrong, it was 2021 was when the Champions Trophy was allotted to them.
Yeah,
And that
the
fine
MOU was
race
signed
against,
then,
that fine race against time to get your infrastructure going. Your overall preparedness just comes into a little focus there. But nothing beats cricket in the subcontinent. Pakistan hosting it very well. But they should have been, I think, a little better prepared in terms of infrastructure.
Okay. Avjita, I'll come back now to the Indian team. I mean, you have been a close observer of Indian cricket, and especially of the way this team has chosen to prepare. There have been reports that a lot of them prefer optional nets, but it came as a bit of a surprise to me. I mean, I read Sahil's copy on timesofIndia.com that how intense. As soon as they landed, I think they landed there on They landed there on the Saturday, and immediately they hit the nets on Sunday afternoon, and they had an evening session yesterday. And I think there was a bit of a light day today, and I think there's going to be a full intense session tomorrow. Considering the fact that they played so much cricket leading up to the Champions Trophy, were you a bit surprised, or do you think that they know that there is a mandate from the cricket mad public of India that you have to do well in this tournament, come what may?
You see, it is not what the public wants. The public wants India to win every match in every tournament, every World Cup, every bilateral. See, that is what our public wants. But it is what the think tank wants, what the coach wants. That is what should matter. And I think this intensive training kind of provides a peep show into the minds of our current think tank, especially the coach. I think he wants, he's more a discipline and a taskmaster kind of a guy than a fun and games kind of guy. And I guess that is what is reflecting. So rather than ease into the tournament, he's saying that let's not waste a day.
Manuja, your 4 semi-finalists for the tournament. I mean, what do you see? I mean, 2 from Group A, 2 from Group B.
Tough. I would love to see India, Pakistan going from Group A, but I have a very soft corner towards New Zealand. And I really want South Africa and Afghanistan to do well, but then you have the Australians. Because I think Australia this time is going to be the show of their bench strength, which is very, very good. So I think they are going to be the exciting team, win or lose. England, with their struggle against spin and their underspin spin attack, I wouldn't give them much chance. But yeah, Australia, South Africa / Afghanistan. Afghanistan, I think, have very, very strong contenders if they are spin-friendly wickets. I don't know another team which has the kind of spin strength that they have. India, Pakistan from Group A.
Okay. And
and I think especially for Pakistan, there's so much at stake at home. I see them doing well.
Avijit Da?
I'd put my money on Pakistan, New Zealand, Afghanistan, and South Africa.
Oh, so you're not you're not seeing India in the semi-final.
I am not,
Oh,
because
wow. That'll be a storm.
because Pakistan, India. I mean, it is not a home advantage for India in
Yeah,
Dubai, in the
yeah.
sense that we will be more acclimatized to Dubai than Pakistan. But I have a feeling that it will be very, very tight. It could be a three-cornered contest
Okay.
in Group
Okay.
A, but
Hmm.
in the end, Pakistan and New Zealand will be, will be getting through.
I was just briefly. I watched. I happened to watch the Australia Sri Lanka series. A severely depleted Australia side, losing both the games by heavy margins on in very spin friendly Premadasa conditions. Um, do you think now that with all these three big fast bowlers out, Josh Hazelwood, Pat Cummins, as well as Mitchell Stark withdrawing due to personal reasons, mysterious personal reasons, that too. Do you think that they are now maybe they think that okay, if they qualify for this tournament, it might or for the knockouts, it's a bonus. Maybe they are setting sights on 2027 and looking to create a bench strength for that tournament. Maybe knowing that these three guys may not last the distance till 2027.
See, that should have been that's the ideal way of looking at it, and that should be the way every team should be looking at it. Because
Okay.
finally, why do you play bilaterals and even trophies like Champions Trophy? Champions Trophy is an important trophy, but it's not the World Cup. Finally,
Yeah.
all countries should play every other tournament as a means of preparing for the World Cup. I know that the World Cup is more than 2.5 years away, but we should keep that in mind. But perspective planning is not India's strong point, but it is the strong point of teams like Australia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
while some of the dropouts may be opportunistic, but Australia will make a virtue out of this necessity. And if you see the kind of players that they have, the kind of team that they have put together, it is at least they will try out some very, very good players who can potentially be world beaters in 2 years to come. We at least in batting have sort of procrastinated the future. We have just gone with the same team, but Australia, they don't do that.
Manuja, do you think that we should have also maybe gone down the same route? Do you think the public and the broadcasters would have allowed us to do something similar?
No. I think, yeah, I mean, in terms of sheer economics of cricket, I don't
Yeah.
think this Champions Trophy would have been successful without Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. I'm just talking of this thing here. Unlike Australia, like Avijit was saying, I mean, who would have thought they'll go with an Aaron Hardy, Tanveer Sangha, a Matthew Short, of course Fraser's been there for a while. If you had sent a team with say Shivam Dubey, Shardul Thakur, Ishan Kishan, I mean, or just say Surya Kumar Yadav, and this thing, they would have said, oh, it's what we call the Asian Games team. No, it's the B team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then quickly you're saying that they're not sending their A team there. So I think, but in an ideal situation, that's what should have been done. And this mysterious circumstances, Nitin, you were speaking of, these are also players who are at their peak, but also heading into the sunset of their careers. So to test amongst the best seven other good teams, tournament like Champions Trophy, I think, is an ideal platform. And I think Australia have never had that fear of losing.
Yeah.
I mean, they really like the Germany of football and hockey, where blooding in youngsters, giving them that opportunities at a top level tournament. And I think that's what they've done this time as well.
Okay. Okay. Avjita, I was just looking at some stats of games played in Dubai. Obviously, India played day after, and they play against Bangladesh. Uh, Average first inning score in 35 ODIs. I mean, firstly, they haven't hosted a ODI between full member nations since 2019. Um, Average first inning score 213. Average winning score 252. Um, how do you see those figures? I mean, India with their spin heavy attack. I think these kind of scores, when they sit around, when the team management and the team think tank sits with the data analytics team, I think they would be delighted to read these numbers.
Yeah, the low scores indicate that you know you need to have more than say one kind of a game. It is not going to be a uh, hitters tournament in that sense. People
Yeah.
who know how to take their singles, how to place their shots. You know that kind of cricketers will likely to be more successful. Peop-
Mm.
So that is one aspect of it, and the second aspect of it, I think, uh, uh, one thing which we often forget is so things like you know this is also a testing time for our bowlers. So
Yeah.
so we are going with a very inexperienced pace bowling attack, but
Yeah.
the good side is that this will be, say, Arshdeep and Harshit's sort of big day, in the sense that they will be playing a big ODI tournament. So we have to see how they function, and it won't be easy. Sort of, if the scores are low, accuracy will be a very important thing. Good fielding will be a very important thing. So these hidden factors will come into play.
Okay, okay. Manuja, your take on the conditions, and as well as if you can just briefly touch upon what kind of a combination that India might go against Bangladesh.
Uh, Conditions. There was a very interesting tweet that Sahil put out. I think it was yesterday, where he said
Yeah,
there was no dew, the conditions were dry, very contrasting. It's as we speak, it's just rained in Dubai.
in Dubai. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So conditions, yes, I would definitely. If you ask me, will I if you're going in with two pacers, I'll say go in with Harshit Rana and Arshdeep Singh.
Okay.
And
No Shami.
I mean, yeah, as much as people say Harshit is inexperienced and all of that, I mean, he can hit the deck hard. He has those slow ones, the cutters. He has good variation. And I think he's going to be very effective in the conditions. And also, his batting is a little underrated. Although he doesn't get this thing. I think he has one first class century and two half centuries. Yeah, so good hitter. So that's obviously two of them in terms of pace. But very interesting to see how we go in terms of spinners. Will you go in
Okay.
with Jadeja, Kuldeep, and Varun Chakravarti? Uh, then of course, and then how do you fit in Aksar?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think while the batting order is quite settled, it's a problem of plenty in terms of spinners. I mean, we've gone with 5 spinners, and I don't think Australia, for example, has played 5 spinners the entire year. So and we have 5 in our lineup just for this tournament. So it probably could be Jadeja. I will go with Jadeja, Varun Chakravarti, and Aksar Patel.
Okay. No
purely in
Kuldeep
terms of
also.
the right hand depth.
Okay.
But again, it's Gautam Gambhir's team, so Washington Sundar can be a factor there.
Avjita, she's saying that it's Gautam Gambhir's team. What about Rohit Sharma then? And what about his picks? And how do you view the combination that India might, take the field with on Thursday?
See, for me, Akshar Patel is non-negotiable. Huh? I feel he's one of the most important and probably the most underrated player in Indian's team right now. You see,
Most
look at his
improved also, I think.
most improved. Yeah, look at his performance in the past 6 months. I mean, he has been our key white ball
Yeah.
player. If you take away Bumrah, then he has been your key player. He has performed as a batsman. He has performed as a bowler, and he's also performed as a catcher. Don't forget the catch that he took of Mitchell Marsh. In
Oh, yeah,
in
yeah.
the T20 World Cup. If Surya Kumar Yadav was the best catch of the tournament, this was probably the second best catch, and that catch also turned the match. So he's like non-negotiable for me. I just feel that the middle overs for India would be the most interesting part, and there if we're confident enough with our batting, and we are able to get the new Kulcha combination, which is Kuldeep and Varun Chakravarti.
Yeah.
The old Kulcha, we have forgotten. The old Kulcha cannot be done, but the new Kulcha, if we can go with that, we can have a really potent middle over combination. But to do that, we should have enough confidence in our batters. Now we are going there with two can't be dropped batters, and although one of them has scored a century and the another has scored a half century, but we know that they are not at their best. And this attack, of New Zealand, Bangladesh, as well as Pakistan, they all have formidable attacks. And how they will negotiate the first 10 overs is going to be very important. So we are not in a very when two of your top three batters can be vulnerable, then that can put a lot of pressure on our middle order. So there are lots of interesting things about that it's an unsettled team in that sense. It looks settled because you have gone 8 of the players who played in the 2023 World Cup final will be playing tomorrow. Day after tomorrow. Most likely will be playing day after tomorrow. And if you add Hardik Pandya to that, so there will be 9 players from that.
Okay.
But
we have a man. Sorry. Yeah, Avjita, tell me.
So that's the thing that we have gone with a great team for 2023, but whether it's a great team for 2025, that's the question.
Hi Sahil, you're joining us from Dubai. Where are you? Are you outside the venue, outside your hotel? Where are you first? Let us know that.
I am very close to the team hotel. I was actually walking to the team hotel, but it started raining. It's a very steady drizzle right now. It's पूरा एकदम traffic हो गया है यहाँ पे, so I can't really find a vehicle to take me to the hotel. So I'll be walking. So I thought why not join and थोड़ा बातें आप सबसे भी कर लेते हैं. So I'm very close to the team hotel
Padyatra
right
in
now.
Dubai by Sahil.
हाँ, क्योंकि आज ICC Academy में आज कुछ नहीं था. It was a rest day for both India and Bangladesh, and everything which was going to happen or will happen will probably happen near the team hotel. Player आएंगे जाएंगे, तो मैं भी बस चांस पे डांस मारने वहीं जा रहा था. But it's actually a very steady drizzle right now. So it was overcast.
Thanks a lot for the rain, because last time also you came on the show, it was raining in Australia.
Yes, sir. It has been a constant with me. IPL final, IPL eliminators, हर जगह बारिश लेके चला जाता हूँ. पर मैंने बचपन में कोई कटोरे नहीं चाटे थे. I still don't know ये बारिश क्यों हो रहा है.
Sahil, you watched a couple of training sessions of the team. I mean, any sense that you could get of the kind of combinations that they're thinking about come Thursday, come Bangladesh?
No, Nitin bhai, I think if there are no surprises or last moment changes after looking at the pitch or the conditions, to me, the playing 11 looks very clear. Rohit, Shubman, Virat, Shreyas. At 5, you have Aksar. 6, you have KL. 7, you have Hardik. 8, you have Jadeja. 9, you have Kuldeep. 10, you have Mohammad Shami. 11, you have Arshdeep. That's how I am looking
Okay.
at it. And even the first practice session where Arshdeep and Mohammad Shami actually did bulk of the bowling, when they were like the first pair who were bowling in that fast bowler's net. Harshit only came to relieve them, and that was the order of the day, even the following day. So just picking up from what I saw for the couple of days, I think this should be the playing 11 because Arshdeep as a left-hander brings a lot to the table, and adding to the fact that he is probably the only bowler in the 11 right now who can give you control in different phases of the game, both with the new
Yeah.
ball, the middle period, and the death over. So I think Arshdeep should be a no-brainer. Mohammad Shami, there were a lot of fitness and rhythm-related concerns. I didn't spot any. 45 minutes, 1 hour, he was at it, full tilt. So this is how I look at it. But maybe अब ये इतना बारिश कर दिया, but extra खिलाएंगे भी किसको? मतलब आप स्पिनर बिठा के बहुत अभी कैश 22 सिचुएशन होने वाला है अगर ऐसा वेदर रहा, क्योंकि परसों तो गेम है. अब आज अगर
Yeah.
इतना बारिश पड़ा तो you'll get that freshness on the pitch, right? And 10 days it has been unused after the ILT20. Only a couple of warm-up games were played between Pakistan Shaheens and the visiting team Bangladesh who
Yeah.
are here.
Yeah, yeah. Any word on the ticket sales and the kind of build up that obviously India Pakistan
It,
might be a sellout, but what about day after
yeah.
tomorrow?
Day after tomorrow, it's not very encouraging. And similarly for India and New Zealand, I met a lot of Indian fans जो पता नहीं कहाँ से यार टाइम ढूंढ लेते हैं. मुझे नहीं समझ आता. ICC Academy दुनिया के अलग कोने में एक तरीके से from the main city. They were still there, out in numbers, standing. Yesterday the practice session got over around 10:45 local time. 11 बजे तक लोग वहां पर थे and the only word on their lip was India versus Pakistan. सर टिकट दिला दो, 500 वाला 2.5 में दिलवा दो, 1000 वाला 4 में दिला दो, दे देंगे. तो देन समवन वाज स्टैंडिंग देयर, ही सेड मेरे पास 4 न्यूजीलैंड वाला है. कह रहा हाँ भाई वो तू रख ले, अगर देना है तो जितने में तूने लिया है मैं आधे में वापस लूंगा. सो बांग्लादेश लोकल सपोर्ट रहने वाला है. मतलब मैं तो वो जब कल हम बात कर रहे थे, चंद्रेश भाई थे, नितिन भाई थे, तो द्वाइपिन भाई थे,
Yeah,
तो ये बात कर रहे थे. बांग्लादेश लॉट ऑफ सपोर्ट इज देयर फॉर देम, बट न्यूजीलैंड आई डोंट रियली नो वेदर even if it will be a full house. Could well be a case where we don't even see a full house for the India New Zealand game. Bangladesh should be a decent turnout, and India Pakistan obviously, मतलब अभी तो बॉम्बे में चार्टर लगने शुरू हो गए होंगे, कौन कौन यहाँ आएगा, वो रॉयल बॉक्स में बैठेगा. 23rd is like that day where everyone wants their moment under the sun. So that is going to happen. Star-studded affair in the stands for sure.
Well, Sahil, we'll let you go. I mean, we'll let you go to the team hotel and get whatever info that you need to get, and we'll keep on joining you tomorrow and day
Sure
after,
thing.
and
Thank you, Nitin bhai.
during the course of the tournament. Bye.
Thank you everyone. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. I'll just to wrap up proceedings here. A quick prediction for tomorrow: New Zealand versus Pakistan in the National Stadium in Karachi. We'll go with you, Avjidda, and then with Manuja.
Look, New Zealand has defeated Pakistan in that in
Twice.
both the matches. Twice
Yeah.
in both the matches. in the triangular series, but Pakistan always lifts its game in big tournaments, and I think Pakistan will win tomorrow.
Oh, lovely. Manuja?
I'll go with Pakistan as well. Recent results notwithstanding, the pressure is definitely on them. But yeah, I'll go with Pakistan. I mean, it's a big stage, a big day for them in home conditions. And I think they have a lot of scores to settle with New Zealand in recent times. And the fact that Lockie Ferguson is not with New Zealand now, I think Ben Sears, then Lockie Ferguson. So New Zealand also, in terms of a bowling attack, is struggling.
Okay. Well, that's there you have it. You had your predictions and you had your updates from Sahil as well. Thank you guys. Thank you Manuja. Thank you Avjidda for joining us. And thank you everyone for sending in the comments, and thank you for watching us and for supporting our work. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel, and keep joining us again tomorrow when we come back to preview the India versus Bangladesh contest to be played in Dubai on Thursday. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.